He has switched from champagne now to Gatorade. You got a little bit of a celebratory drink in there.
Polished off that bottle.
But I have to imagine you need to rehydrate a little bit after that ride out there today.
Oh yeah, it was a hot one out there today. I kind of forgot to drink for the first half of the race.
It's easy to do, isn't it?
It's really easy to do. And then it starts hitting you and you get lightheaded, kind of feel like throwing up. And then you have teammates like come up and asking you if you're drinking. You're like, right.
You make it sound so fun out there. Lightheaded, you're about to puke, and you just have to.
It's great. You're skidding out in corners, thinking you're going to crash.
Okay, so a lot of riders have told us about this. You guys were skipping corners. Was it over pressure? It's just the speed that you were carrying, or is it the weird corners here in Clarendon?
I think it's a mix.
Yeah.
A bit of the speed, definitely down on that final corner. The pavement's a little iffy on the outside. So one lap I came around and my back wheel skidded out and I kept it upright. But then, of course, the nerves every time you go through that corner are going, and that's the final corner in the sprint that you have to rail as hard as you can. So I don't know, got to compose it.
Do you kind of test it? Like, are you testing the corner in the last few laps so you know how far you can push it? Because you guys were ripping out of that last turn. I mean, were you paying attention to that in the previous laps?
Oh, definitely. Probably throughout the entire race, I knew that corner was going to make or break it, like it did yesterday, like it did last time I raced this race. So from the very beginning, you're going through finding the lines that work, taking it at different speeds, following different wheels, getting on Kendall's wheel, following her through it to figure out how she's riding it. Like, you're testing it out, playing with it, figuring out how you can win that through that corner.
When you were interviewing Chad, you said, I've been second and third a lot, and it feels good to finally get a win, especially second place at this race, what I'm calling last year in 2019. That makes it that much sweeter to win this year.
Oh, it really does. Second and third, in BC Super Week, all the big crits I've done, it seems to be like never quite that top step. And to finally get it, like, I couldn't believe it. I borderline put my arms up too early in excitement.
She was coming. Kendall Ryan was right on. Like, if this line was a little further down, it might have been a different finish. But as I told you, Ulysses, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
That's
we saved that.
And that's all that matters. The change from yesterday to today, we were talking with Heather earlier about sort of what you guys talked about last night. You realized very quickly that Kendall Ryan is going to be the rider to watch today, and you were able to use that to your advantage.
Yeah, and we knew that going into this weekend. We knew that yesterday. And yesterday, like, very first race we'd all ridden together, figuring it out. A first race we'd all done in a long time, like, in the first place.
Yeah.
And then today, I think we just perfected it that much more. And yeah, we used Kendall and Skylar and used our team to, like, tire them and other riders out and just use it to our advantage to pull off the win today.
Where were you for most of the race? We saw a lot of your teammates up the front. Were you just kind of cruising in the wheels? Where in the group do you hide out? Was it in the middle, a little closer to the back, or did you stay near the front?
I was pretty much top 10 for the whole race.
Yeah.
I was circulating up there. My anxiety is definitely lower when I'm up near the front, away from the crashes, especially this course. I know the history of crashes on that corner. We were seeing riders coming in from the pits almost every second lap.
Yeah.
Like, there
was a big one at some point. I've been trying to figure out what happened. There were definitely more crashes than we realized because Heather said the same thing. Like, which crash are you talking about? I thought it was just one big one, but there were a lot of incidents out there.
Yeah, there were many incidents out there. I think a lot of it was riders are just a little rusty right now.
Yeah.
And I know one of the big ones, like, I was near the front. We all took the corner, like the far corner, a little wider, and I think some people just didn't make that turn who were further back, taking it wide. And that seemed to be the trend with most of the crashes out here, just not making the corner, because they're such awkward, narrow corners, which, yeah, makes for crashes, but it also makes the race fun and technical and play into riders like me, my strengths.
It's weird enough to come back to racing, but to come back to these, like, 110-degree turns with, like, some new riders, you're not really sure what's going on. It made it really interesting out there. Are you headed to Tulsa after this?
I am.
Oh,
we
man.
head there on Tuesday.
So you're going to be flying high heading into Tulsa. Got to imagine there's a good bit of confidence in your legs. Are you feeling better about Tulsa than you were a week ago?
I am. There definitely lots of confidence to take from this weekend. And just realizing where, because it's so hard to compare yourself when you haven't been racing against these riders and have no idea. You know you feel good, but you don't know where you actually sit. And so to come out of this weekend knowing where I sit, knowing I'm dominant, knowing my team can control the race, and that we are absolutely killing it together already, definitely gives a lot of confidence going into Tulsa. And it'll be my first Tulsa. I've heard stories. I'm excited.
I was going to ask if you had a favorite Tulsa course. I know you know about Crybaby Hill, but
Heard lots.
it's a little different course than today, obviously, with the hill in there. Will you try and climb up Crybaby? I mean, is that a course that you think you would be able to do well on?
I think I will. I know I do well. I mean, Vancouver, BC is my home, so I do well on the hilly crits in BC Super Week.
Yep.
So I know it's going to be a hot, long haul for that crit, but I definitely think I can do well there.
Right on.
No, I can do well. My team can. So,
Can't wait to see you. It's going to be really exciting as you are on fire this weekend, and I hope that you can continue the form all the way to Tulsa. Congratulations out there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.